This is Skarbrand, and he has a lovely personality. Being 6 foot tall and a lawnmower on hooves, Skarbrand can obliterate any and all enemies.
For I beheld Satan, and he fell from heaven like lightning!
In all of Warhammer, Skarbrand is arguably the most powerful lord, and for good reason.
Damn, boy, he's thick!
And I've wondered if he could solo Immortal Empires. I start off by showing my neighbors, the British, how Skarbrand feels about free healthcare. See, Skarbrand believes in free healthcare himself, he just goes about it differently, and it begins with taking your skull. The best way to utilize Skarbrand is to always be charging. Its attacks have a large radius, but its charge can wipe entire units if you learn how to abuse it. Always attacking enemies out of reach, so it triggers his charge animation is key if you want to rack up kills and secure the victory. After a couple minutes of soccer, we squeeze out a win. We level up Skarbrand and begin research on the Bloodfeast banner. I send my agent to harass the neighbors and build garrison structures in my city, in case someone wants to backdoor me. Wiping out what's left and spamming end turn, we finally achieve our first power spike, Bloodfeast banner. It gives us access to self-regen in combat. This trivializes most of the early fights. Warzak shows up a large army when he attacks into my garrison.
We have such sights to show you.
Why are you running?
After we bully Warzak for having a foot fetish, we clean up his forces, and the orcs just kinda vanish for a while. There is a bit of peace. We clean up some beastmen and use unholy manifestation of internal war to get more experience. On my way north, the Skaven ambush me. They are bringing some serious numbers to the field, along with some serious firepower, and I've learned that Skaven are good at two things: killing each other and dying. Using the tested technique, waddle through my enemies, I quickly began to realize just how stupidly overpowered Skarbrand is. A good charge against these ankle biters can net close to 200 kills, and Skarbrand is not slowing down. He ends up decimating the Skaven forces. I begin purging the world of the Skaven, city by city, army by army. They can't stop me. Oh man, I hope this isn't a Skaven sentiment. Look, it's a Skaven sentiment. Ah!
You are so silly.
All was going well, and then, well, Queek arrived, and he brought a pretty decent army. He brings with them not one, but 3 chieftains on rat ogres, hundreds of storm vermin, thousands of clan rat slingers, gutter runners, and hey, friendly fire.
Nice.
And boy, do we have a battle on our hands, and not one I can take lightly. This battle is a slog, and every hit Skarbrand takes now is counting towards that life regen cap. After defeating the rat ogres, Skarbrand's regen cap shows whatever health we have now is all we got. The field is still swarming with thousands, and Queek is still alive. We cycle charge, abusing his animation, and begin to put fear into the Skaven. With a stomp, Queek is dead. Just as his body breaks under Skarbrand's hoof, so does his army. The battle is over, and we have won. Skarbrand is now a walking war crime, and I continue my endless conquest of the region. The constant raising of settlements and peace treaties have netted us some great wealth.
So I'm gonna pay you $100 to fuck off.
After pacifying the region, I begin the next part of my plan, to win the upcoming quest battle. Right now I am stacking Skarbrand with ward save, as it's the best defensive stat in the game, greatly reducing how much damage affected characters can take. We also need a very powerful weapon, and one exists and it is also stacked with a fat 20% ward save. The Sword of Cain. So we set sail for Ulthuan, and within a couple No, go away, no, stop.
Surprise, motherfucker!
The dwarves decide it's time to attack, as I make my way to the Elven Donut. I did not want to pain myself and run all the way back, so I took a gamble in hopes I can acquire the sword before they do any serious harm to my cities. I make landfall and blend in with the natives. After chasing any hint of the sword, I finally see it. She departs from the donut and I give chase. The elves have built a massive kingdom as it stretches down the coast of Lustria and Nagaroth. I see an opportunity and I take it. A bit worried as I have not fought the elves yet. What I thought was a terrifying battle is a cakewalk, as she casts a vortex spell gifted to her from the blade on her own army. Speeding up the battle and plowing through her forces, victory is ours, and the blade is claimed. Who needs corn when you have Cain? Feeling confident and strong, I raise the nearby city for health, and I begin the quest battle. With a speech that would make Cetra jealous, my boy ain't no pushover, as he enters the fray 1v4 on giant monster-on-monster violence. Quickly showing the other bloodthirsters why he was Khorne's favored, he puts hands on all of them. The army of the angry red fellows pales in comparison to the anger of Skarbrand, and soon start to falter. After some terrible pathing that gave me Dragoon PTSD, final bloodthirster falls, and all that remains are monstrous infantry, flame cannons, and this terrible rampage mechanic that made my anxiety spike every time it popped. Bringing the Khorne host to a shadow of its power, I smell something before I can even see them. Some Smash Bros fans have joined the field. I quickly dish out as much damage to the Khorne army before facing down Nurgle. A great unclean one, soul grinder, bugs, and infantry stand between me and final victory. Fighting the overgrown houseflies until Skarbrand can finish them, keeping him out of reach of the main forces. Allowing me to conserve what little health we have as it's getting dangerously low. Wiping out the rest of the flying vermin, allowing me to re-engage the high priority units. I quickly remove them from the field, but my health is still depleting and the enemy army is not falling. If you're watching this, yes, I fast forwarded most of the battles as it involves me click spamming to get Skarbrand to move. Units are atrocious for following orders, and if I don't click spam, he will never do what I want him to do. At this point I'm stressed and worried. I'm losing a lot of health to range attacks when cycle charging, yet need to stay in combat to get the Sword of Cain vortex ability back up. Knowing this, I decide to use the last of my flame breath abilities and charge, hoping I could secure a win with this final attack. After 96 turns of agonizing fast forwarding, no auto-resolving, backdooring shenanigans, victory is mine. I've tried this before, patch 4.0, and it was much harder, but lost all my footage for it, so I decided to do it again after patch 4.0, and it was much easier due to enemies not batching up on Skarbrand, allowing me to get out and cycle charge more often. I want to apologize for the last segment, as the new patch has corrupted my replay, so I couldn't get more cinematic shots. I was going to comment more about the campaign, but honestly, it's really straightforward. Agents were for the most part pretty useless. Battles were either very easy or a slog. I fought many battles, but only included key points or battles that were hard. Here are all the faction overall stats. To the right and on the left, I will have Skarbrand stats and inventory. If you want to see another solo video, comment below who. I plan on doing more in-depth challenge videos for Warhammer and other content, so if you want to see those, make sure to subscribe. Until next time.